What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a very chill, laid back kind of video. I'm going to show you guys how I get ready from start to finish, from my hair to my makeup, but my makeup is only going to be like a 10-minute makeup routine for those days where I want to look put together, but I really don't want to spend a ton of time on my makeup. So I will be showing you guys all of my tips and tricks in that sense. I'm pretty excited because I do have to take some sponsored pictures for the gram today, so I felt like today's video should just be very chilled and relaxed. I'm also going to show you guys how I blow out my hair with my new one-step blow dryer. This video is in no means sponsored by Hot Tools. I'm really just using this because you guys have requested that I use a tool like this to show you guys how I blow out my hair. I do have a Dyson blow dryer and a round brush, but sometimes the two together, it can just be a little difficult to maneuver and do my hair, and honestly, I kind of dread doing it. So I got a Revlon one-step dryer like this a few months back. I ended up tossing it, so I am going to revisit a different brand and show you guys how I use it. So if you guys are excited for that, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. It's completely free, and also click that bell just so that way YouTube will notify you whenever I upload, which is every Monday and Wednesday. With that, let's get started because my hair, honey, is the situation. So let's get into it. So first things first, I've already shampooed my hair. I just have it up in a bun. I do want to show you guys really quick what shampoo and conditioner I have been using recently. I did just switch over to this by Bondi Boost. This is the hair growth shampoo, and I also paired it with the matching conditioner here. I love that this is an Australian-based company. The product is also paraben, sulfate, and silicone free, which is awesome for your hair. It's vegan friendly and cruelty free. One thing I really wanted to focus on this year, especially at the end of 2019 going into 2020, I was like, you know, I really want to grow my hair longer and stronger, and most importantly, for it to be healthy. So I have been putting a real big emphasis on hair growth products. I've also been taking hair growth vitamins and stuff like that, and I will say I've seen a significant difference in hair growth, not from Bondi Boost. I hope to see more growth with Bondi Boost, but I have to use it for a longer period of time, but through hair vitamins, biotin, all of that stuff. So that's what I use in the shower. As soon as I get out of the shower, I will put in a little bit of the Olaplex No. 6 Bond Smoother, simply because I did just dye my hair. I did a balayage. As you guys can see, it is a little bit lighter than what it used to be. So I really want to make sure the blonde pieces in my hair stay just as healthy as the dark pieces in my hair. So I'll take about a dime size amount of this and rub it in my hair. I already put a little bit in my hair, so I'm not going to do it again, because if you put way too much of this product, it will really weigh your hair down and it's not the prettiest look. So I like to put this in there. I'll also take a little bit of this intensive spray by Bondi Boost, and I like to spray it at my roots. I know, a little strange because normally you wouldn't spray a lot of product at your roots, but I really like this on my roots to stimulate growth and things like that. So I like to spray it and then I'll work it in with my fingers. As you guys can see, my hair texture is all over the place. Like, the roots of my hair want to curl so bad, but then the ends still want to stay straight. I do have like this really weird wave going on. Like, some pieces want to curl, some pieces don't, and that's what makes my curly hair journey so difficult. I want to say that's kind of why I've given up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit discouraging seeing my hair not at 100% and still going through this journey. I do believe that if I was to stick with it, it would take me at least 2 to 3 years to get all of my curls back, because I have been color treating and just straightening and doing chemical treatments for the past 10 years. So anyways, I like to work this in with my fingers. I like to get it all over my roots, and what I love about this is that it is infused with peppermint and tea tree, so it feels very, very soothing on my scalp. So after rubbing that in, I will spray a little bit of heat protectant spray, and I've been loving this one right here by Drunk Elephant. This is the Wild Marula Tangle Spray. It's also a detangler and heat protectant, so I'll spray this all over. I will say I've gotten really good at actually using a heat protectant, because for so long I never used to use a heat protectant. Like, back when I was straightening my hair all the time, I never would use a heat protectant, and it's no wonder my hair was as damaged as it was. I do feel like my hair is in a really, really better place. It's a lot healthier than what it used to be. So I'll put this all over my hair, and it is a detangler, so it helps with the tangles. And while that's in there, I'll also add a little bit of bonding oil by Olaplex. I actually really like this for shine, and I like to put this on my hair when it's wet or damp. So take some, and then I'll start working it on the ends. I try to focus this on the ends and not so much the roots, because I don't want it to weigh my hair down. Sorry if I'm talking really fast. This is just meant to be a sit down kind of get ready with me from start to finish. This is what I do when I blow out my hair. So now that I have all the product in my hair, I will go in with a wet brush of some sort, and instead of brushing it from way up here, I like to start at the ends, just so that way I don't cause any more breakage. So I'll start at the ends, I'll hold at the roots and start to brush it out just to get all of the tangles out. This is like one of my favorite brushes for detangling my hair. It is so good. If you guys are interested in any of the products I use to blow out my hair, brush my hair, whatever the case may be, definitely check out the description box down below, because I'll have everything listed down there. So now that my hair is nice and brushed out, I do like to section off my hair. Now the thing about my hair is that this part dries very quickly, and I feel like the areas framing your face are the most important. So I do like to create somewhat of a triangle right here, and I will section off this part, because this is probably going to be the part that I do first, because I do want it to dry properly. I feel like if I let it dry without styling it or anything like that, it tends to get wonky and I can't get my part right. So I do like to just section off this part while I do the rest of my head. Now I'll section off this part here. And I do like to do about 4 sections for this. As for these clips right here, I did pick them up at Walmart. So if I can find them on Amazon, I will also have these linked. So like I said, I do like to do this front part first. Oh my God, look at my little girl. Okay, I get excited when I see little baby curls. Anyways, I like to round brush this down. So I am going to take that blow dryer, and then I'm just gonna go to town and I'm gonna start blow drying. Yo, do you guys see how quick it was to actually blow out this front part? And it literally looks like a really pretty like swoop and blowout. Don't mind what it looks like right now. Like I said, I do really like to blow out this front part before I start blowing out the rest of my hair, just so that way it's nice and dry, and then we'll go in towards the very end and style. So I'm gonna clip this part back up. I'm gonna look crazy for a minute, and we're gonna start working on the bottom part. What I'll do for the bottom is I will section it off into 2 sections, and then I'll do the same thing. Honestly, there's not much to it. I feel like this one-step blow dryer is incredible. I really love the concept. I feel like it makes it very easy, and honestly, you literally just have to hold it and pull. That's pretty much it. So let's get started. I'm literally amazed. Like, look how beautiful my hair looks just by using this dryer. Okay, boo, we see you. So this here is what my little blowout looks like. As you can see, my roots are a little bit frizzier than the rest of my hair, and that's because the texture here is a lot different than my ends. I feel like my ends are a lot easier to straighten. So I definitely need to go in with a little bit more pull to get this to be as sleek as the bottom. But so far, I am pretty impressed. I am going to speed through these next few layers just because it's very self-explanatory at this point. We're gonna play some music. It's gonna be very therapeutic, and you guys can just sit back and relax and watch. So let's do it. I'm going to section this off down the middle, and then I'm going to clip this back up just so that way it doesn't get mixed up. I swear, anytime I blow out my hair, I feel like a troll. Take a screenshot. Go ahead. All right, so I went ahead and stopped because for the most part, my hair is all the way blown out. I am gonna take out this front part that we did in the beginning, and as you can see, it's a little frazzled. So I am going to spray it with just a little bit of water. I know, kind of defeats the purpose, huh? But just so that way I can kind of smooth it out and style it in the way that I want. I think I want to do a side part, and I want it to be swooped to my right side, so. And this is my 15-minute blowout if I'm not filming, of course. I feel like it's very quick and easy, very user-friendly. I really love this one from Hot Tools simply because it's all black silver, definitely fits my vibe, definitely fits my aesthetic. Now, the only complaint that I had with the one from Revlon is that my hair literally smelled like it was burning off as I was using it. I did not experience that whatsoever with this dryer right here. So I'll definitely have it listed down below. It could be that I had a faulty dryer from Revlon. I know a lot of people have the Revlon one and they love it, but I also love this one as well. So I will have it linked down below. With that, I do have loads of pictures I have to take for the gram. So I also want to show you guys my 10-minute makeup routine. So I'm going to zoom you in just so that way we can get started. Now that I've zoomed you guys in, I'm first and foremost going to start off by priming the skin. Keep in mind, I already have some sunscreen and a little bit of moisturizer on, but I'm going to start off with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. You guys know how much I love this. I am trying to use what I have left of it just because I do have multiple of the e.l.f. Dew Primer in my collection. So this is like the higher end version. Definitely go snag it up and pick it up because it is a really good primer for longevity. I feel like my foundation really just sticks to it for a long period of time. So I'm just gonna put this all over the skin. Okay, all right, so we're in a pretty good place right now. My skin is prepped, it is moisturized, it is primed. We're now gonna go in with concealer. Now, whenever I'm doing like a quick 10-minute makeup look, I don't wanna go in with heavy foundation, heavy concealer, heavy powder, and things like that. So I will start off with a concealer. This here is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. Sorry, mine's a little bit dirty. In the shade Light. I love that it is medium to full coverage, so I'm gonna start off with concealer, and I do tend to skip over color corrector whenever I'm doing like a 10-minute makeup look. So I like to focus it directly underneath my eyes in all the areas where I do get slightly red. So I'll take it like right around my nose. I'll also hit these blemishes right here. And I'll take some down the bridge of my nose and forehead. Now, the reason I like to apply concealer first is because I feel like I use a lot less concealer and a lot less foundation. I feel like it is a really, really good balance between the two. I still do my typical step where I'll go in with my concealer on the back of my hand, and then I'll take my sponge. I'm using the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. I'll dip it into the product, and then what I'll do is I'll look up and then just start to buff and blend this out. Now, one thing I'll always do is I will take that concealer and I'll run it over top of my eyes, just because I know I'm not going to go in with heavy eyeshadow or anything like that. I'll also just lightly press it over top of the areas where I put the concealer on my blemishes. We really just want light coverage right now because concealer is meant to conceal any blemishes. It's not meant to even out your entire skin tone. So that's what foundation's for. All right, so now that I have that concealer all blended out, I am going to move on to foundation. Now, two foundations I absolutely love are the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and the Wet n Wild Dewy foundation. I feel like these are pretty good dupes for each other, but I am going to go in with a little bit of the one from Wet n Wild and mix in just a teeny tiny bit of the one from Too Faced, because this one is like my self tan shade, whereas this one is not my self tan shade, and I feel like I'm right in the middle right now. And a step I also really like to do, especially whenever I'm doing my 10-minute makeup routine, is I will take my moisturizer or a moisturizer of some sort, and on a brush like this one is by Jkissa Collection, I'm going to take some of that moisturizer and I'm just going to saturate my brush, and then I'm going to apply my foundation with that brush with the moisturizer on it. I find that I really don't need that much foundation whenever I do this step personally. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to focus this foundation on all the areas where I did not put that concealer. So like the perimeter of my face and forehead. I'm feeling like this a little light for me. Do I need to mix in a little bit of that dark foundation? I think so. So this right here is what the foundation looks like on my skin. As you can see, it still looks very natural, but still full coverage at the same time. And that's exactly what I'm going for. You guys know I'm a full coverage or nothing kind of gal. So I'm just pressing this, and then I'm lightly going to press it over the areas where I put the concealer, just so that way I don't have any, I don't know, drastic contrast between concealer and foundation. So I'm just kind of pressing it and making sure everything blends very, very well. So now that that's done, I am going to go in with a little bit of cream contour. I will be using this right here by Fenty. You guys know I love this. This is the Matchstick in the shade Mocha. I'm going to take this Smashbox angled brush and I'm going to start brushing on a little bit of that cream contour product, and then I'm going to start adding some definition to my face just to give me some natural color. And I like to do this pretty quickly. Try not to give myself a bronzer helmet because that's very, very easy to do when you're working fast. I'm also going to take this right in this area just to give me some coverage and definition. Now, still to this day, I still have some of you guys ask me if I prefer the Matchstick over the compact cream contours that Fenty came out with, and I definitely prefer the Matchstick. I don't know, I just feel like it blends so differently than the compacts. Let me know which ones you guys prefer over the other. Have you tried the compact? Have you tried the Matchstick? If you have tried both, let me know what your thoughts are down below. But that's pretty much all I'm going to do around the perimeter of my face. I'm now gonna go in with a little bit of that cream product around the sides of my nose. And I've been loving this brush right here to do that. This here is a setting brush by Real Techniques. I know, go figure. I'm going to just brush it onto that matchstick. Whatever I have on my brush, I'm going to start wiping it on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna go in and start creating some definition on the sides of my nose here. And this is going to give me such a beautiful but natural nose contour. I'm also going to take some of this right on top of my eye just to give my crease some definition too. All right, so we're in a pretty good place right now. I'm just gonna go back into my total face sponge, and then I'm just gonna start tapping on everything just to make sure it's nice and blended. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of loose powder. I'm gonna use this one right here by Hourglass, but you can use whatever loose powder you guys have at home. I'm only gonna use a little bit of this. A little bit of it does go a very long way, especially for this look right here. I'm gonna dip my sponge into that powder. I'm gonna look up, and I'm just gonna press a little bit of it underneath my eyes, on top of my eyes, also on my chin, nose, cupid's bow, and forehead. Pretty much all the places where I would naturally get oily. Whatever is left on my sponge, I'm just going to lightly tap it over top of all the other areas where I don't have powder. I'm not going to go in and heavily powder though. I'm just going to lightly dust some of this onto those areas just so that way it's not as shiny. And once that's done, I'm gonna go in with a bronzer. I'm gonna use the Fenty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Shady Biz. I'm gonna take that highlighting brush and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna run it right alongside my nose here. This is like my favorite way to do nose contour now. Like I literally can't use any other brush. Also gonna run this pretty much in all the areas where I put that cream product just to kind of set it. I really want to set it and forget it. With the Sephora Collection number 79 brush, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna add some of the Sunstalker bronzer to my forehead. I'm just gonna pinch my nose a little bit. I'm gonna take some of the Hourglass powder and I'm going to let it sit and bake on the sides of my nose while I work on my blush and highlight. For blush, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Healthy Hue blush in the shade Nearly Nude. I'm gonna just hit my cheeks with this. Now these are all products that you guys have seen me use before, so nothing really is new here. You guys have seen me use these time and time again, even in looks that are a little bit more full coverage than this. So that is gorgeous. Just a nice subtle flush of color. I am going to add some highlight. I'm going to use this one right here by Persona Cosmetics. This is in the shade Zuma. I do really love her highlights, and I'm only going to take a little bit of this and I'm just going to pop it right here. Nothing crazy. 10-minute makeup look. Got to get out the door. I'm going to wipe away this nose contour with a fluffy brush. And I'm gonna make sure I tone it down with a little bit of face powder. This one's just by Charlotte Tilbury, but you can use one by LA Girl, Maybelline, whatever you guys have in your collection, really. Now for the eyes, I do like to pop on a very, very simple pair of false lashes. I know what you guys are probably thinking, 10-minute makeup look, false lashes, like where? But the false lashes I will be using today are by Salon Perfect. These are the 614 Wispies. The band is so thin and very user-friendly. It makes it that much easier to just pop them on and go. So I am gonna pop these on off camera, and then we'll come back and then we'll finish off with the lips, because I think that's all we have to get through once I get these bad boys on. The last and final thing I'm going to do is lip liner, well, my lips. I am gonna use this lip liner right here by ColourPop. This is the Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF2. I've been obsessed with this lip pencil since I got it, so I'm going to outline my lips and slightly feather them in, but I'm not gonna fill them in completely, so here we go. Alright, and then after that, I'm going to go in with this gloss right here. This is a brand new gloss by Maybelline. This is the Lifter Gloss with hyaluronic acid in the shade Ice. It's a really beautiful pale nude, and I love the combo together. Now, as you guys can see, I still have some like blemishes peeking through, and that's okay. Like, by no means is this meant to be a super full coverage look. It's meant to be very quick, easy, out the door, and very skin-like and effortless. But if you want to go the extra mile, you can take your face powder, take your sponge, swirl it in, and then just pat it directly over top of the areas where you want like additional coverage. But I still love the way it came out. This is my little blowout. This is my 10-minute makeup look. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. I had a lot of fun doing this. I feel like it was a lot different than my usual just makeup videos. So if you guys want to continue to see more hairstyles or just other things implemented into makeup videos, let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a big ol' thumbs up. Click that bell so that way YouTube will notify you when I upload. And that is pretty much it, you guys. I love you. Thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.